Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, it is Monday, and the market is moving nicely. It was up more than 1% today, and so hey, it's hard to figure out what's going on, but I like it. That's for sure. And so it does look like a little bit of a rally. Now tomorrow will tell the tale because that's when the inflation numbers are coming out, but it does look like we may get some moderating inflation numbers, which would be very, very welcome. So interesting that it is working out like that. But hey, if this works out, it will be definitely a coup for the administration. There's no question about it because that's pretty good. That's pretty good when it comes right down to it. So there you go. So let's hope that the numbers are good tomorrow. I think that they might be. Um, Taking a look at the spider closed today at 412.83. Now, my little prediction on the spider is that we're going to see some, that we'll definitely see, we'll definitely see the spider um, move up a little bit. I think it's very likely tomorrow that it's going to move up, but the peak of the spider I'm predicting is about 431, and I think the floor is about 390. So we're right in the between there. We're at 412. We're doing good. I definitely think we pulled back a little bit on Thursday. We were up a little bit on Friday, but we're up again today. So this is sort of a cup with handle pattern. And it does appear that we may be seeing some nice action on the spider, which would be great because that is that's showing some good strength. I did do a day trade on a stock today. Well, it's an ETF called the TQQQ. You might want to look at that one. I don't think it's too far extended yet. I think you could make another trade on it. And what that does is that is a leveraged ETF for the QQQ. So interesting stock. Here are two stocks that I'm looking to buy tomorrow, depending on kind of how the numbers come out. And, so I want to show you that real quick. One of them is a company called Analog Devices, ADI. That's ADI, Analog Devices. That's one I'm looking for an entry on. And also, again, I'm looking for potentially another round of ProShares Ultra Pro QQQ. This is the leveraged ETF on the Q. So if the NASDAQ goes up tomorrow, this one will do very, very well. It was up today about 4.7%. Down a little bit on the volume. Now, here's the thing about this one. This is not a long-term play, but if we have good numbers on the TQ, if we have good numbers on inflation tomorrow, this is the symbol to buy TQQQ, and I think you'll be rewarded for it. Also, Analog Devices is set up right now at the buy point, so that's another one that might make sense as well. Would be Analog Devices, and also I do plan on, doing that one as well. Let's see. Let's go on. Before I do on the short, I want to show you what I am currently in. These are my current holdings. And as you can see, basically what it is, I've got Chevron. That was down a little bit today. Kind of a little disappointing on there. Impinj, this is also a tech stock. PI is a symbol on that one. This is up strongly today, $4.61, or a price change of about $3.75. I wish I had more of it. The XLE, which is the Spider Select for energy, was down a little bit. I do hold that small position in one of my smaller portfolios. And then the tech stocks that I've been buying have been ST Micro. That was up today about 1.89%. This is the Swiss Italian semiconductor manufacturer that manufactures semiconductors primarily for the automobile industry. Very strong. I do have a position in Permian Resources. This is basically they own mineral rights in the Permian Basin. None unchanged on this one. Now, one I did move into on Friday was Shopify. SHOP is the symbol there, and that one is looking pretty good too. It was up 0.83%. I do think that we're going to see some strength in Shopify. Hopefully, I've played this one a little bit, taking profits. AEHR, also AEH Systems, this was up about 4%. Another relatively inexpensive stock at $1.29. So those are looking pretty decent when it comes to that. So what am I looking at? And what am I looking at to go more? So let's go back here. I want to show you some leaders that I think that you should possibly take a look at because they are leaders, and I do think we're going to see some strength in them. No, that's my current holdings. Let's go back to, there we go. That's the short on Tesla that I want to show you just in a second. But here are the relative strengths at new high. Now, this is an interesting screen because this is basically looking at the strongest stocks that we can see, the strongest stocks. And typically when there's a market change like this, when we're moving into sort of a, we're into a bullish phase, we want to look at we want to try to buy stocks that aren't too far extended, but are showing extreme strength. Some of the ones I want to point out here in that is ALGM, that's Allegro Microsystems. It has a 98 relative strength. That means it's in the top 2% of all stocks out there. It was up today, just in percentage wise, 2.22%, and the price currently is about $43. So it's not an expensive stock, but it seems to be producing some very nice action there. Another one, of course, is Axcelis ACLS. That one was up significantly, up about 4% today. It's a little bit more expensive stock. 128 is the price on that one. And then a company that I don't know much about. This is a Japanese company, MNSO, and it's traded as an ADR. It was 99 relative strength. Not a very expensive stock. 1673 is the price on it, but it was up basically 6.15%. So interesting stock. MNSO is the symbol on that one. So there you go. Okay, so what I'd like to also show you next here is I think that there's maybe a potential to short Tesla. Now, a lot of people say, well, gosh, Jim, it's been going up. Yes, it has been going up, but one of the things about Tesla is that it has been going up, but it has started to pull back. I want to show you the I want to show you the thing of the chart on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on over to the chart here. There we go. So you can see it. Basically what's going on here with Tesla is we have a situation where it's run up almost to that 200-day moving average, but it's been down this is the second day it's been down, but it seems to be kind of perched right here on the 10-day line. Now it's up in the after hours action, but I do think that this one possibly is a short. And what I've done here is I put together kind of how I would approach it. I haven't shorted this one yet. I'm going to be looking to see kind of what the action is on Tesla between between the after the CPI number comes out. But basically what we've got here is we've got in order to open the trade, basically there is a resistance on Tesla stock at about 200. The idea here is to go and buy that 200 put and then sell that 190 put. And if you do that, of course, that's going to cost you about 520 out of pocket expense here. Now, of course, you got to have a level 3 account to do this, so remember that. But it could be very profitable. I'm looking at potentially the entry cost, basically 520, and the maximum return on this one about 480. If Tesla is at or below 190, which I definitely think that could be the case. It's at 195 right now, and the maximum return on it is about 490. Now the maximum the maximum break even on this is 194.80. So if it moves below that number, you will benefit. Now the probability of profit on this one, approximately 49.7% based on my calculation. But this is an easy way to short Tesla, but with some, with really some safety there. You got to have some security on it, because it can be, you don't want to be in a situation where, where you could lose more on this. So that's sort of the long and the short of it. All right, well, let's get into the questions. Thanks for holding on, everybody. And let's go to the first question from Lisa. Thank you very much for watching, Lisa. Always appreciate it. Jim, please buy some IMCH. You will not be disappointed. Let's look at IMCH here, just real quick, and hopefully I can get it to go here. No, it is okay. IMCH. I'm trying to get my screen up here. Let's take a look. Okay. IMCR. I'm sorry, I said IMCH. That's wrong. IMCR. There we go. Okay. Immunocore Holdings PLC. Okay, so this is a biotech stock. Very interesting. Very interesting stock here. Let's take a look at it and see kind of what we can discern here. Yeah, I definitely like the fact that it looks like, it's coming above this higher high here. Interesting. Medical biotech 17. Yeah, so this is starting to, you were starting to see definitely some action there. Let's see if we've got, I want to check on, because that's a very good checklist here, Lisa. 89%. I'm really liking that. On the technical side, yeah, we're 7.23% above the 21-day line, so we're still buyable there. Prefer it, of course, to get it within 5%, but that's looking very, very good. I agree with you. This is looking very good. The sector 17, so it's 17 out of 197, so that's looking good. Let's look at other stocks in the industry. Now, there are a lot of stock. That's one thing about this area of the market. There are an awful lot of stocks in this area, but very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I definitely like this. I definitely like this stock. I definitely like the pattern. It looks like it's moving to the top here. Now, one thing I do think that, this looks like this is a breakout. You can see that's a handle, and I've drawn a reversal line. It's definitely moved above that 98 relative strength. I really like that. Again, I'm very interested in the stocks that are showing lots and lots of relative strength against the rest of the market. So this definitely looks like it is a candidate for that. Immunocore Holdings PLC, IMCR. So thank you for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write this down on my list to just do some further research. IMCR. Thank you very much for that, Lisa. So great. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's take a look at the next stock. And that is from Charles. Thank you very much. MPC. That would be Marathon Petroleum Corp. Let's see if I can get that correct there. Marathon IMPC. Oh. MPC. There we go. Marathon Petroleum Corp. Move it right on over. Okay, well, with Marathon, very nice look here. And this one, let's see if I can get that over so you can see it. There we go. So with Marathon here, cup and then a handle, and then it looks like so it looks like a reversal off of the 50-day line. 93 relative strength. Again, very, very good. Here, checklist, not quite as good as MCOR, but excellent. 7 out of 9. Let's look at the technicals here to see if it would be possible to see if I can make that group go down. There we go. So we're 3.77% above that 21-day line. That's very good. That's a good place to enter. We're coming up on earnings. We just went through earnings. Very nice. 412. Let me look at the technicals on this one just to see. I mean, the fundamentals on this. Yeah, 13%. Very, very good. Increase in sales. 13%. Look at that increase in profits. That's remarkable. 412% up in profits. Wow. It's got a 5 PE ratio. Wow, this is really, really good. Thanks for bringing this to my attention here. Really, really good. This is the marketing company for Marathon. There's Marathon Petroleum, and then there's also Marathon Oil, which is basically the gas station, the retailers. So very, very interesting. Okay, they got a gain on disposal. Wow, look at that. Interesting. 5 PE ratio. Wow, this is really return on equity 51%. I agree with you. This is fabulous here. This is fabulous. MPC, Marathon Petroleum Corporation. Wow. And can we buy it here? Well, let's take a look just real quick to see if we can make a buy on this one. This one might be a very good one to buy right out of the, it's 0% on the pivot. So that's buyable right now at 127.53. So that's definitely a buy point on this one. This is looking very, very good. This is looking very strong, very, very strong. Nice reversal. It came down here, reverses off the 50-day line. 1, 2, second day up. Yeah, look at that. 120. Yeah, this is right at the buy point. Right at the buy point. Right there. Wow. Very, very good there. Very like this stock a lot. Like the stock a lot. So MPC, definitely one that, it's looking really good. Looking really good. Okay. Is it time to enter the market again? Well, yeah, I do think that, I'm starting to get bulled up here. I have to be honest with you. I'm getting bulled up. I was a little bit careful. I've been putting my toe in the water, taking the profits and running, but it does look like if the numbers are good on the CPI, we may be in a bull market, at least for the time being. So yeah, I definitely liking what I'm seeing. I definitely am liking what I'm seeing. All right, Michael, thank you very much. What are your thoughts on BOTZ? Let's look at the BOTZ here. Hold on. BOTZ. See what we got going on there. Huh. Okay. I'm not bots. BOTZ. Is this I don't know. I'm not seeing anything with bots. But just for fun, let's look at AI. This is when I was trading, basically just kind of day trading this one. But it did provide me with some nice action. For some reason, okay. There's bots. Let's get bots up here. Yeah. Global X, I don't, not giving me it's not giving me a screen right now. I don't know why that's true. For some reason, it's not seeing it. I am seeing A3CI. This is one I had been trading, and I talked a little bit about this one. This, we came in here, we wrote it up pretty nicely, and then when we wrote it down. Now, I do think that what's going to happen with this one is that we're going to see some support, probably at the 21-day line. Earnings are in 17 days. I would wait until this one bounces, but I definitely think we can ride it up. I definitely rode this one up, sold it really quickly though, and I've been watching it. I'm waiting for another opportunity. I'm kind of waiting for another opportunity on C3AI, and I definitely think we'll get it. But for right now, I don't think you can buy this. It's in a downward trend, and I think you got to be careful. What I would do here is wait. Let's see if we get some support at that 21-day line. It does have a relative strength that's pointing down, so not the greatest thing. Not the greatest thing. What you got to do with these rocket ship stocks is that you got to come in, and then you got to push your stop loss up, and that is usually the best way to trade it. What triggers you to make specific to take a specific market position? That's a really good question. And here's what I do. I look at the indexes first, and there's 3 indexes that I look at. The first index that I look at is the S&P 500, and that's of course the 500 largest stocks that are on the exchange. Then I look at the Nasdaq. Typically, I look at what they call the QQQ, and this is the exchange traded fund, but it covers the top 100 stocks in the Nasdaq. And then I look at the Dow typically, and then the Russell 2000. So I want to make sure that we're in an upward trend. So that triggers it. But what it is called is a follow through day. And typically, what will happen is it is the 4th day up on higher volume. It's the 4th day up on higher volume on one or more of the major indexes. And typically the index that I'm looking at the most is the QQQ. And so when the QQQ starts to make a move, that's where I like to really, really hone in on that, because that's where a lot of the growth stocks are that I like to trade. Now, also some of the big cap tech stocks are in there as well. I don't think, at least for a while, we're going to see as much I don't think we're going to see as much action on the big cap tech stocks that we're seeing in other stocks that are in the Nasdaq. But here's what I'm looking for, and this is part of the reason I think that we may see a very nice day tomorrow. You'll notice there's a cup formation here. We are also above that very critical black line, and what that is the 200-day. Oops. That's the 200-day moving average. Let's see if I can make that work. Okay, that's the 200-day moving average. But you can see this handle here. And this handle is basically what it is that it's this is likely to move higher now that it is pulled below. What happened, you can see it pulled down to that pink line, and that's the 10-day moving average. Then it pulled below it, and then all of a sudden it got some love there and moved above that pink line. Let me make sure you can see this on TikTok. But you can see that this is the cup, this is the handle, and it's pulled down now to where it's very close to this green line, which is the 21-day moving average. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check that. You can see we're very close to that 21-day moving average, 3.8%. So I do think that we're very likely to have a reversal at this level. What does that mean? Well, Cass, what that means is that we're going to start to see some blue bars come in here and go higher. So that's kind of my take on it. It takes a little bit while to get used to that, but I definitely think that we're likely to see a movement up at least this week. So it's looking pretty good. Hi, Jim. Core CPI, I think, will come and warm tomorrow. We might see a down day. We might. We definitely might. But I don't know. I think that the market is looking for any sign right now that we are that to put money to work. The problem right now is that there's a lot of funds that have not fully committed their capital because there just hasn't been enough to buy. So I do think that we're going to see some action when it comes to I think we're going to see some good action tomorrow. That's what I'm seeing. Here's somebody Joey Dissy. I'm invested in TSM, Block, Apple, Amazon, Riot Blockchain, Aztec, CrowdStrike. Oops, okay. Um, Here's the thing I want to kind of point out here, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly here, but I think that you ought to look at possibly some of these big cap techs. I think are dead. I really believe it. I think Amazon, Apple. I think you ought to look at your investments there. TSM, that's pretty good. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, but I think you really need to be buying more powerful stocks than you're buying here. I want to show you. I want to compare some of these stocks for you, and show you why I think this. All right. So let's look at Apple APPL, and let's pull that. Let's pull up Apple. Okay, come on. See if that will let me pull it up. I can get this to move properly. Yeah. So APPL, and this is really a proxy for. Come on. Amazon first. There we go. Now it's starting to, a little bit of a lag on my charts. See if there we go. There's Amazon. All right. So I'm going to look for the first of the year. And then I'm also going to look at, I'm going to look at A. AS ML. No, be a good one. What would be a good? What would be a good one? On semi. Yeah, there we go. So I want to show you the difference between some of these stocks and why you should consider possibly looking at some of my suggestions here. Just because I think that they're stronger. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the comparison between two kind of different sectors of the tech economy, and one of them, of course, is Amazon. So here we have Amazon, AMZN, and this is since the first of the year, and we have another company called On Semiconductor. And why am I showing you these two? Well, these kind of represent two different parts of the market. Okay, On Semiconductor is one of the better performing chip stocks, not the Amazons. I mean, not the Intels, not the Nvidias, but the smaller ones. One of the better producing chip stocks. Amazon is sort of your old tech standby. Now, it definitely is doing well, but it's really a retail stock, and it is not faring quite as well as it was in the past. I want to put in there. I want to show you another. I want to compare that to Apple. Show you the performance of Apple. You can see Apple and Amazon are almost the same in terms of their performance. The reason for this is that big cap tech just isn't keeping up with some of the smaller tech companies, especially in the chip sector. Now, if we're to add a stock like Monolithic Power, MPWR, you can see that's even outperforming On Semiconductor. So really, what's happened in the tech market, we're starting to see. What we're starting to see is that the old leaders, like the Apples and the Amazons, they're doing okay, but that's not where the action is. The action is in the newer chip companies. That's really where it's happening in terms of that. So that's one of the things that you need to be kind of aware of. That is definitely the case with some of those. So I recommend looking at some of the smaller tech companies, some of the smaller chip companies, and we can definitely go through that. And I've been I think after tomorrow I'll have a good list for you for some of those companies. But if you're looking for the relative strength at new high, I want to show you this as well, because these are the kind of stocks that you really should be looking at. Is the relative strength at new high, uh, uh, the relative strength at the new high list. Now, another one that I really like is ACLS. ACLS is doing very, very well. And I want to show you that one too. ACLS, and this is the kind of stock that you should be looking at. Up, ACLS. All right. Sometimes I'm having a little bit of a pushback here. It isn't. There we go. Axcelis Technology. Um, all right. So let's go over to Axcelis. Oops. Windows are going crazy. All right. So let's go over to Axcelis here. This, I think, is the kind of stock you ought to be looking at. Axcelis Technology. You'll notice it's just been on a tear. Now the question is it buyable here? Well, it's that's the 21-day moving average. You want to buy that. You want to buy that relatively close to that as you can. Let's see if I can get the. There we go. Well, it's a little bit extended at 14%, but these are the kind of stocks you want to be kind of honing in on. You want to be honing in on, ACLS, maybe ALGM. That's another one that I also think in the chip space. ALGM is looking very, very good as well. This is going to give us hopefully AGLM. There we go. Okay, so this is also doing quite well. And you can see this one also is moving up very, very nicely as well. Allegro Microsystems. This is definitely another kind of stock that you probably never heard of that might be of interest to you. And I just think that these are, you want to go where the strength is. Again, the strength is basically here in these kind of stocks. ACLS, ALGM, and these are the ones that are really showing very, very nice power. And that's really what you want to do. Okay, let's cut to the oil chase. What's the scoop on oil? Boy, if I knew that, I would be much richer. I would be a rich man if I knew what was happening on oil. What I want to take a look at really quick here is the price of crude, and I want to kind of look at that, and I want to compare that with some of the stocks out there. Okay, 0W, uh, and this is crude oil. Hopefully, it'll change here in just a second. We'll get the crude oil price up. There we go. I think that crude is starting to put in a bottom. I do kind of have a feeling that we're going to see crude kind of start to bounce here. This is the chart of West Texas Intermediate, okay, and basically, it closed today at about 79.72, but you'll notice that it came down. It looks like it got some support right about 73, and then it's starting to move up again. So I definitely think that it's kind of bottomed out. The bottom is about 73, I believe, and we're starting to see some movement up. Now, it has been pulling back since 123 since June, but I think that it's likely to start making a move higher here. That's kind of that's kind of my thing on oil. So I do think it's going to move higher. Now I want to check to see if I can look at this regarding some of the big oil stocks. Um, and that would be, see if I can do that here. Move over to that. And then look at ExxonMobil. And let's shift over to that. Okay, um, this is the chart of West Texas Intermediate versus Exxon. Now, this is really interesting because you would think that Exxon would be doing worse than the price of oil, but it doesn't look that way. It kind of looks like, if the price of oil stabilizes, Exxon's going to do a little bit better than that. So this is real interesting to me. I definitely think the price of oil is stabilizing around that 73 level for West Texas Intermediate. Um, and the question is how long will it hold that? But I definitely think it is stabilizing at that level. So, but I do think it also we're seeing an upward trend in the price of oil. I mean, at least in the last few days. Now, will it last? Who knows? But I definitely think that depending on how these inflation numbers come in, we're likely to see, we're likely to see the major oil companies start to do very, very well. So that's my deal. Okay, probably on the last question here for Troy. Thank you so much, Troy. You ever trade pharmaceutical stocks? I do. You know what? I don't really trade a lot of pharma stocks. I would like to be better in the pharma. There is an ETF called the BIB, which is the biotech ETF, and this might be a kind of an interesting way to trade it. I don't particularly like this area for a lot of reasons. I just think it's so difficult to. I think this is so difficult to trade because there's just so many biotech stocks. Most of them don't have any earnings, and so they're tough to trade. But this when in doubt, go to the bib. This is the biotech, and this is the But again, it's sort of been a downward trend. We are getting a little bit of a bounce, but I'm not in it right now, just because I think that it's just too tough to trade. So I'm trying to stick to you know, oils and chips and stuff that I know that is gaining relative strength. Okay, thank you so very much for everybody taking a look at my little show. I'll be back tomorrow, of course. And if you're interested in getting on the action trade alerts, very easy to do. All you have to do is to go to um, our site at www.dallastradingfloor.com. Or if you're watching on TikTok, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to the link in my bio, and you can access it there. It's real easy. Also, if you're interested in that potential short that I set up on Tesla, here is the address that you can do. It's not, unfortunately, I did not get time to put it onto the onto the link in the bio, but this is, you can look at the Tesla short uh, with the calculation, and it's basically this. It's basically it fleshes this out here. This is the short for Tesla. It's a bear put spread. I haven't done it, but I think it looks pretty decent. $520 to enter this one. Here's the address that you can use for that. HTTP optcalc/QUT. So kind of a good way to go. Just scroll that across the screen there, and you can take a look at it. And we will be back tomorrow at 5. Thanks much, everybody, for taking time out of your schedule to join me here. And happy trading. Let's see. One more question. Okay, let's see. Do you teach trading? You know what? I do have. By the way, I do have. I do. If you sign up for the Action Trade Alerts, I'm going to be doing an options course with Gavin, with a fantastic options trader from Australia, and I definitely think it's worth it. I'm going to be talking about more on the show, but yeah, and we do, and we show you how to do it, and I think you really like that. So, if you're interested, do sign up for the Action Trade Alerts. It's free. Just get you on the mailing list, and then we're going to be sending out some offers for Gavin's course, which is fantastic. And he only does it a few times a year, and he is a true master in options trading, and that may be a great thing to learn. I definitely taken his courses, and it is super. And I'm teaming up with him right now to offer that. I haven't yet put it all together, but we're going to be coming up with that shortly. It starts in March, and hopefully I'm going to have some videos on it with Gavin. And it's a terrific course if you want to learn how to make money in this game, and you definitely can do it. So it's not hard. It just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of knowledge, and you'd be surprised how well you can do. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for taking a look at the show course. And also, as I always say, please like the show. So smash that like button. Smash the like button. Please like the show. And if also sign up for the Action Trade Alerts, of course. And I'll be seeing you back here tomorrow at 5. So happy trading.